Eventually, if I see a lot of common issues, either with jetpack or monstering, I might hop in to show a few things in the custom games. Specifically, a lot of people like perk or feed routes as monsters. Yes, that is correct, Sanko. So basically, it's a force push. He basically can stop somebody from coming towards him, but it's so basically the opposite of a harpoon. So here we go, monster again. Looks like still the 200 lag, so we'll see if he's a little bit better this time. Oh, I forgot to mention the warps. Okay, I really should like have a little like pen and paper for this. So again, be careful. So going after these two is not bad, I guess. But yeah, I need to remind him about the traversal. So he is spacing them out a little bit better, though, at least. Get him over Nicola. No, it's my lungs are just permanently damaged. Getting a lot of single meat. This is not ideal. At least this is a 2 meat. I don't want him to go after the 3 meats. 3 meats take a long time to go, and he's already behind on time. Just startled birds. This is actually really bad. They could actually be really close by. And he did get it, though. So now let's go ahead and see which way he's going to go. So there is the sensor, the satellite. Satellite picking up tracks in this direction. Eating, again, a lot of 1 meats. The biggest thing to figure out is, so wildlife spawns are not random anymore. They're pretty much set in stone. You can time your watch to them. So always be very, very careful. You always want to try and get 2 meats as much often as you can. So the planet scanner just went off, so the monster needs to know that they are going to become looking for him in a little while. Oh, don't engage this dune beetle. Okay, so the monster should be able to smell that they're close by. Might be able to sneak away. Oh, and the assault's going to be the one that picks. Oh, now he's going to hear the warp. He should be able to dart out. If he darts straight across, he might be able to make it. No, and there is the... Oh, and runs towards the hunters. So this area is good to work with. This little area right here is a great spot for the Wrath. Oh, Wrath. I would probably go after this teleporter right now. There's no reason not to. But there's a couple of good areas where the hunters can get pinned against the wall. I hate seeing that teleporter just sitting there. There we go. I was wondering when the Banshee mines are going to come around, because they're homing, so you can shoot them around walls, basically. So, okay, so they're forcing the monster. Monster is missed the abduct. Looks like it's trying to go after the medic. Out of these two, the medic is sort of a little bit better than the support, but the support can really ruin it once the armor. Does not look like he's going to use the armor beam. Armor already gone. Hunter does, or the Wraith does get the medic, but the medic is going to be running around in circles. I'd love to see some mines here. Not the Banshee missiles, but that's fine. Oh, almost got him. See, and that's how the Wraith does. Almost got the thing. Decides to get the strike. Good job. Now I'd leave. Go ahead and leave. You got your strike. 1 bar of health for a strike. Not bad, especially against the medic. Good job for the Wraith. Much better that time. And so you notice the difference when fighting out in the open and against pinning somebody against the corner and just nuking the bejeebas out of them. That's the best way to play against Wraith, is kind of be out in the open ground, so you can actually have room to maneuver instead of being cornered up against a wall and just murdered. A lot of 1 meats. I want to say like 3/4 of this guy's diet is just 1 meats. Be very careful and know where your 2 meats are, so you can go ahead and get evolved ready as soon as possible. Still not ready to evolve. 3 meats here if he kills all of these. I would probably be very careful because the hunters are pretty close. At this point, I would go straight towards the jungle over here and then just head over there and get ready to evolve back there. He is going to head towards this area. It's going to be very hard for him to get out. Dome coming down, going to be down in 15 seconds. He needs to get past these guys. Decides to engage. I'm not sure if I agree with that. I'd much rather... Okay, yeah, he definitely needs to get out of there. But it's going to be easy because they should be able to cut him off right here pretty easily. Looks like the support's going to dome. Is the support going to dome? Yep, and the support does dome. Medic 240 meters away. We'll need to take that teleporter back. Monster probably doesn't know this, so he has a little bit of time. Okay, so Monster looking to engage here. If he can get one of them to follow him down here, that will be amazing. I don't mind seeing some... and engaging. Oh, those mines. Oh, those mines are going to hurt so bad. Going after the assault, not sure if I agree with that. There's really no reason to go after it. Decides to swap and go after the trapper, and the monster already losing a good chunk of health. So you can see already, you always want to have a plan and not just go in and wing it as a monster. That's a really fast way to go ahead and get a lot of damage on you. Medic taking a little bit of damage, and there we go. Here is the decoy, trying to get hurt through. Probably going to stick around. Armor gone. 1.5 bars of health, has to get out of there. Can't afford to stay and go after the medic, and disengages. Really needs to evolve. So I think the biggest thing for you, Quo, when you're watching this, is just learn your feeding routes. Practice against bots, and just pick a direction, and just slowly go slightly to the left, slightly to the right, and kind of figure out where everything spawns. Again, everything doesn't spawn randomly. It's pretty much set in stone, barring a few 3 meets. That's the only thing that changes. But that's not a big deal, because you shouldn't stop for those at stage 1 for the most part anyway. And so you really want to kind of just focus on these 2 meets. So these 2 meets are going to be perfect. Get enough food. Now just pick a beeline, go in a straight line, and evolve. At this point, Trapper out of position here. Oh, decides to evolve here. That's fine. He's not going to get domed for another 30 seconds, so he'll be able to get out. Still doesn't have a lot of health, and is going to need that as much as he possibly can. At this point, I would definitely pick a direction. Oh, no, not this way. Not towards the... Yeah, so they'll be able to cut it off. 10 seconds to get away. You have 10 seconds to get there as much as possible, and here is the lag. Cool Guy and Bulgari, welcome to the herd. We'll be able to get over here. There is a traversal perk right here. Might have enough time to eat it, and it is 3 meats. I would definitely go for it right now. I don't think he sees it. Instead, he's, again, going after all these 1 meats. He is going to be able to escape out. It does look like that they are not going to the helipad. They're going to just go ahead and hard split this way. They do have domes on either side. He probably could have smelled that, but he does have full armor at least, so that is good. Half health, full armor, ready to go ahead and engage. We'll see how much he's able to go ahead and do at this length of combat. So he goes straight towards the trapper area. Here comes some damage. Monster is going to take away. Now, if you know you're about to get domed, pick a spot you want to fight. Back here is good because there's a lot of line of sight issues back here. And here he goes. So yeah, so Assault probably going to start picking up some mines. He's looking for a support or medic, I would hope. Medic is in the dome. Medic just went upstairs. If you can go ahead and do a heavy, knock him off. There you go. Probably shouldn't have opened up with an abduct. I like to abduct after they've used up all their abduction. Might try and go out into the portal. Oh, and the portal does get destroyed the last second. Here comes the dome. Oh, so close. Almost. Oh, and definitely don't abduct when there's a lot of hunters nearby, because the chances are you're probably going to miss it. Bear doing really good job trying to stay out of there. Needs to be a little bit better about going up. I don't like fighting on top of that. I would have fought behind this little thing back here. More area to maneuver. But it does look like Bear is going to heal up. Really, really close. That was really close. The medic almost got burned down. And those mine placements are really solid. Support about to go down. I don't think the Wraith realizes it. Wraith doesn't realize it, and it does look like the killer's going to go ahead and get away. I would right now start saving up your traversals. Oh, watch out for that mine. But yeah, save up your traversals and just get ready for the dome coming down. You might be able to get Bear down here, but it's really risky. I like the mine placements up here. Much better than the first game, but just be very, very careful. You need to make sure that you're landing the right abilities in the right order. Abduct, you should never use when there's 2 or 3 hunters next to the target, because the chances are, if they're a good team, they're going to be had. I like that they're preemptively going over here with Rucala's teleport, and the monster needs to go ahead and start eating as much as possible. Here comes some siren missiles. The moment you're getting shot, you should automatically head out. You should realize that they are teleported, because Kala's on the team, and go from there. And again, stopping to eat when they're really that close to the hunters, and for 1 meats. Be very, very careful. You don't want to stop for 1 meats. The damage perk is available, so you might be able to go ahead and grab that. He's got the smell perk. He did not eat the smell perk. I don't know why he didn't grab the smell perk. I'm not sure. I think right now he's just a little on tilt right now. He's kind of panicking. And that is definitely not... You always want to be calm and collect as much as you can as Monster. The adrenaline does start pumping, and, you know, things can happen, but you really want to try and keep your focus as much as possible. Oh, congrats, cool guy. I hope you're enjoying it. There we go. So here we go. Here's the dome. Monster could die here. Nice abduct gets the monster or gets the hunter off the ledge. The whole team is here. Nice repulsor block by Jack. That pretty much saved a bear from dying right then and there. But here comes the armor reduction, and Kala is just going to go ahead. The whole team ready to kill. Medic is about to go down. Oh, but again, Medic kind of, or the whole supernova thing, he just kind of lost focus for a little bit. And so it's just basically at this point, just make sure you stay with your priority targets. Be very careful. Oh, almost down, almost down. Now get out of there. Oh, get out. Never warp blast. Oh, and then heads back. If I were him, he could have, yeah, so just be very careful right now. Be very careful about being on tilt. You always want to try and make calm decisions as much as you possibly can. And again, don't worry about this serpentine stuff. Going around in this cute thing. Just go in a straight line once you break line of sight. Then break line of sight again. Keep going in a straight line. So good job. Wraith not completely out of it yet. But again, fighting one meets, lots and lots of one meets. Like, the rule of the game is do not farm one meets. You will be so behind on your evolve. Here's a nice 4 meat pack. This will be really good for him. Now he's going to be full armor. But Kala, you have to be careful. So yeah, his goal has to be to down Kala so she can't use her armor ability like instantly. Or evolve and get some more health. Because his one engagement and Kala can win the fight single-handedly. So Monster, again, trying to set up a fight, and the Hunter's know where he is. The dome's coming down in 7 seconds. You have 7 seconds to get away. Nope. And this is the dome. So this is going to be the last of the fight. All Kala has to do is basically... Oh, I like that he's focusing Kala now. Nope. And then he stops and disengages after Kala. Should honestly just focus Kala and nothing else to prevent her from using her armor reduction, because that's what's going to kill you, and there is the armor reduction. Monster about to die in about 2 seconds, and GG. Much better play than the first game, but definitely feeding routes are extremely important, Quo. Try not to use your triple warp blast, and then also try and just get as much distance as possible. GG.
Timer, I forgot.
GG.
Felt so stupid from being moved away, but yeah. Always great game.
GG was one.
Yeah, GG. So the big thing with Quo is you spent a lot, I would say probably 70 or 80% of the food you ate were one meat obsidian grubs. I would definitely recommend with Monster, just practice against bots. All of the wildlife have set spawns. Yeah, exactly. Definite improvement, absolutely. But
and you could have killed me very easily if you turned on me. Like, I had like 10% health.
Exactly. There were a couple times, but I'll get to that in a second. But the biggest thing I would say is just focus on your feeding routes. You spent a lot of time farming 1 meats, and even wasting time with 3 meats, but you missed a lot of the 2 meats if you just went slightly to the left or slightly to the right. So I would recommend just playing games against bots, and basically could just memorize where certain food locations are. Generally speaking, against bots, you should be evolve ready between 1 minute 20 and 1 minute 45. Against hunters, usually it's around the 2-minute mark, because you have to, stop, put abilities behind you, or you want to smell and see where they are. So there's a little bit more leeway, so always just be careful of that. And you definitely don't want to be eating 1 meats, especially when you're being chased right after a dome, because you're not buying yourself very much time. So just be careful about your eating. So I think that would be a big improvement, because you got domed twice at stage 1, whereas if you got domed only once at stage 1 and then the next fight would be at stage 2, you would have been a lot stronger to be able to contend with them, and I think things might have been differently. So the big thing is the feeding routes is number 1, and then 2, just making sure that you don't go off tilt and that you stay focused. There are several times that the medic or the support were really low, and then you kind of got sidetracked going after somebody else. Bear almost died when you pop the supernova and the sank it to last dome. But then all of a sudden you started attacking the trapper or the assault in that supernova bubble instead of just chasing after. Just make sure you've got that die-hard focus. That first dome was brilliant. That's exactly how you should play Wraith. Is you basically wait to get somebody up against the wall. You decoy. You just you just pummel them against the wall because that's where most of your damage is actually from melee. And then you just go ahead and then finish off. I would probably not try and worry about abduct if there's several hunters nearby. Smart hunters stand in front of the person about to get abducted. So abduct is kind of more of a tool in a combo when they're by themselves, as opposed to picking them out of a crowd. If there is a crowd, that's when you warp blast. If there's no crowd, then you abduct. But yeah, just be careful of that. Otherwise, definite improvement. Very, very, very good job. Staying focused on going after the medic mostly. But that Kala just stripping that armor, Kala's really good. That being said, though, I did like the location of the teleporters. Kala did a good job with that. Overall, the hunters did a really good job. One thing I'd probably say is if decoy is following you, make sure you're trying to climb up something, because both Wraith and decoy have problems when you're trying to climb up. Just to make sure you don't get heavy hitted up and then get knocked into the ground and then followed up with a warp blast and other more combo juggly stuff. But good job overall. I really like the mine placement, especially in the Senkit Dome when Bear was being focused a lot and you just kept putting mines up on the top of that little area. Really solid mine placement. So really good job. Really good job. Big improvement for the monster from the first game. But big thing is just a little bit better focus on who to attack. And then second of all, feeding routes. Those are the big ones. Also, always... Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say the thing.
Oh yeah, no worries. And then also don't forget that you can manually detonate Warp Blast if you don't know that. So if you use Warp Blast, if you press the 1 button again, you can stop yourself at any distance and explode yourself. So a lot of times you can just use a point blank by just keep on like hit 1 twice in a row and you'll just manually detonate in front of you, kind of a thing. Which is what I usually use it for, is like point blank instead of kind of a long distance. Also, if you know the dome's about to come down, try and save up your traversals and get as much distance as possible, like break line of sight, and then go ahead and go from there. You used to be able to control distance of leap smash. You can still do it, Bear, it's just not as prominent. But I'm okay. Like, I don't want you to be able to, like, maneuver as far as you could before, but it's still close enough that you can still kind of cut it short by a few meters. Other than that, yeah, Jack was doing a good job repulsing. I'm trying to think of anything else. Just overall, pretty good job.
Eating the abduction?
Yeah. Yeah, if especially with Trapper and Assault, I always basically play the game of who can catch the most abducts or rock throws. It's a fun little game to play. But yeah, really good job. Much better. We'll go ahead and do one more, and then we'll rotate some people out, and then go from there.